We're out here just doing some garden stuff. We got out late because we got caught up inside watching old videos that we recorded when we originally intended to start a YouTube channel. We're talking about 3 or 4 years ago. And it was a nice little reminisce, but then I realized the sun was going down and it's already 6 something, so we had to hurry up and get outside. You see the kids back there, they're doing their grasses and getting areas prepped. I just planted some cannas, got some more sun roots that I needed to get up potted. Michael's starting some sweet potato slips himself because the ones he got in from Taterman, one of them, the Beauregards look great. The other 2 varieties that he got, they said that those look perfectly normal just to keep the roots wet, but we've been growing sweet potatoes long enough. I've never received slips like the other 2 varieties he ordered. They're in such poor condition and the root systems are not great on those, so I hope he actually yields something from them. So I'm going to actually look around at some of the sellers that I get stuff from and see what I can find for him, because those are just not great. So I don't know what went on this year. I just don't know if it was just a bad year. They just had an influx of sales and they got new employees. I don't know, new packaging people where they just don't assess the quality like they have in years past, but or if we just got lucky in years past, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, I know I'm gonna forget this. I planted right here a little really sad root of this. So, blue sea holly, it's a perennial. I'm putting it here and hopefully I don't forget. I have it marked with a stick and a block, but I tend to forget what I plant where. So I probably should have did it before, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it before. This bush, I just gave it a massive trim, a haircut. This is catnip. Prime example of if you really want something, you don't have to necessarily pay for it, because this came out of a nursery dumpster about 2 years ago as a little tiny, little, 4-inch pot start. Super small, really bad condition. Like it hadn't been watered or taken care of, and so they turn over a lot of stuff, so they just threw it away. Hence why it's super important for you to make nice with your local nurseries, because you make nice with them and you be very respectful and mindful, and we never make a mess when we go, but you get the okay to see what they have in their dumpster. Both the recycle and the regular trash. Now it's not like regular dumpsters where there's a bunch of disgusting, nasty things in there. Which is why I have no problem utilizing it. But there's all kinds of plants. I mean, there are so many plants that we have on our property that come from the dumpsters. And we have quite a few things to get planted this season that we've retrieved, and we're probably going to do another run tonight because it's the weekend, and the weekend the nurseries are super, super busy, particularly this time of year. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that catnip because it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I mean, and we really did nothing special to it. We brought it home, we watered it, we figured out where we were going to put it, really didn't know where I was going to put it, threw it right up in the front. I'm clearing out this area right here, right now, next to it. So it's this massive plant. I just took a lot of cuttings from it, but I just wanted to like shape it up some and figure out what we're going to do with the catnip, maybe make a treat for the cats we have. Anyway, I'm clearing out this area right here because I'm getting ready to put another, I don't want to lose my walkway necessarily, but I'm going to be putting in another herb right here. So I'm going to take out this native and I'm going to be planting up probably either sage or lavender. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll put one of each in this area here between this front peach tree. This is my front room, my office where I'm at most of the time, just to give a little bit of perspective. Here's the front door. We were going to get a porch put in, but yeah, I don't think I want to do that because that's going to require moving all of this and kind of starting over again. And I'm not, maybe when we do that, it'll be off season, like when things are starting to die back and whatnot. But anyways, also, if we're not going to be here much longer, why do the porch now? We'll see how that goes. Back to the garden stuff. So the peach tree is here to my left, the comfrey that I'm getting ready to harvest and cut back the leaves and propagate more And we have a bunch of cannas, some irises back there. We have some irises in bloom. We have our temporary holding spot for this blackberry. I don't know exactly where it's going to go yet. We will figure that out. I just didn't want to stress it out too much because it has tons of fruit on it. So once that fruit ripens, matures, all that good stuff, then I'll take that a little more seriously. Right now it's just keeping it alive. We have a mulberry coming back. We've hacked this thing back so many times. I don't know, this right here. We have native mulberry all over the place. None have ever gotten to the fruiting stage, but also it takes a while, I hear. So we are letting quite a few grow out this year. But anyway, I'm putting something here. That's what I'm about to figure out. Oh, and here's some cilantro. I totally disregarded this, but we use a lot of cilantro, so there's cilantro all over our property. Obviously, this one is starting to go to bolt, to seed. So I'm going to cut it back before it gets to seed, and it's still salvageable for a couple more uses, but pretty soon it's going to be so hot here, we're not going to have a choice but to pull it. Maybe grow some inside. For the record, I have no idea what these kinds of flowers are that I started in these pellets, but I guess we'll find out, because even when you try to name things, sometimes the names don't stay, and you got a mystery on your hands. So I don't want to get rid of the logs and whatnot over here, because the logs help bring like the frogs and lizards, and they help with the bugs. So I'm gonna put some logs back over here, but this native cover can go now because I'm actually planting here. That could have been a flower. I see. I hesitate to pull stuff that kind of looks like grass, but not really. So we'll just leave that there and see what happens. All right. So hopefully you can see this. I'm planting purple sage first. Let's see. Yeah. See these roots. Eesh. I need y'all to wake up. I apologize for taking so long to get to your needs. And if you're wondering what kind of tool this is a broken tool. That's what kind of tool it is. It broke the first time I used it. Probably like the third time I used it. First day. Sage likes the sun. And see, that's the thing. It's very not sunny here. But at least the sage we've grown likes the sun. But you know what? We're just going to put it here and see what happens. Because I'm getting into tree root. There used to be a bunch of rocks here, so there's a lot of that to contend with. But I also don't want to jack up my tree roots. What is that? We're going to see what this does here. I hope it doesn't mind this shady area. But if it does, well, then we'll know for next time, right? I know I'm being really rough with these roots, but we'll see. There's no scientific method to the way I do things. So if you're cringing at what I'm doing, I apologize. Just, you know, just don't worry about it. It's all good. Probably is flowers now that I think about it over here, because I did plant quite a few flowers here last year. Oh, that's too big. Okay, well, it's tree root. We need to bring some mulch over here, because so we will see what this guy does. And then these flowers, I don't know what kind they are. but we'll go ahead and plant them right here. And we'll see if it does anything. Mental note, not a weed. Okay, so now I'm just about to make some medium for these fig cuttings I have to start. So I'm going to be just doing straight vermiculite and perlite. I'm going to mix it in here. The bag was super wet at the bottom. That was the one I moved yesterday, and the bottom gave out on me, so it's not going to be as clean of a mix as I would like, but it'll still serve its purpose, so I gotta get this cleaned up. Anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm adding the vermiculite to the perlite as best as I can for equal parts, but and anytime you're messing with this stuff, you definitely want to do it outside because it makes a lot of dust. It's almost equal parts. One more. Good enough. Now we get to mix. You want to mix it? Oh, I don't want to mix it. Let's do this. Let's try this and well, as you can see, we're losing light now, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the last little bit that I have to get done before the light is completely gone. But I just wanted to stop and say thank you so much for following along today. Appreciate the new subscribers. Please, by all means, feel free to comment below and engage with us. We really enjoy that. And let us know what you're doing this time of year on your property. I'm gonna go ahead and get these figs. I probably won't record me doing the figs tonight, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see how I feel later on this evening. Or it's probably going to be the morning before I actually get to it, because that's when I tend to do most of my work. But anyway, thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and remember, little by little equals a lot. That's what we're doing every day now. We got some things planted. We didn't get 5 things planted each. You know what? I actually got over 5 things planted. I planted 3 flowers, 5 flowers, 6, 7 flowers. I'm counting as I go. 7 flowers, 2 herbs, and I relocated some mint, so there's that. But yeah, so we're just like, now we're just in the prepping to plant zone, so we're not really, you know, prepping the soil as far as like weeding the grass, because now we're at the point where we have to get plants in the ground, and we're going to be weeding as we go. Thank you so much. Come back next time, see what we're doing in the garden. We welcome you to come back and learn as we grow with us. Take care.